Hello everyone, Owen here, and today we are taking a trip to the world's largest model train museum in San Diego, California. This museum is not widely known, but I just discovered it, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. The museum is in Balboa Park in San Diego, California, the same area where the San Diego Zoo is. The museum has a very exciting entry. This is I think is one of the largest scale models there is to exist, although I could be wrong. The museum itself is actually a series of layouts behind glass windows so no one can touch, which are also used to serve as viewing ports. There are multiple rows in the museum, and plenty of trains. The museum has daily operations per layout, with long loops of track that last such a long time. This layout right here began in 1982. And it serves as a mostly South Pacific layout for most trains. This clever tiling pattern is actually a memorial for all the people who were dedicated and helped make the museum. This layout, and probably every other layout, has beautiful landscapes and wonderful scenery. An impressive roundhouse. Probably one of the greatest things about the entire museum is this layout's amazing hills and landscape. These hills took, my guess, over maybe 10 or 5 years to make. Again, daily train operations happen every day on the layout, with trains going in large loops. I'd say this layout represents the majority of California, with its Californian-style trains like the coaster and Southern Pacific, with its California-looking hills. Me personally, I've never seen a train with this kind of paint scheme for the Southern Pacific. It reminds me of the Texas Special. A nice signal. In these glass cases are trains of every scale and every time to represent the different scales of model railroading. Here we have an O-scale J-class engine, and beneath it, an HO-scale Zephyr. Here is a fun little US Army train, which I thought was kind of nice. There was also some interesting model railway facts as well. A nice collection, I would say. Here is a representation of the scales. Here was a fun little O-scale layout, and every O-scale layout has to have a circus as well. This layout also included the California scene, in my guess. These bars' windows helped you talk to the people who ran the layouts. It'd be kind of fun to be cooped up in there, in my opinion. There weren't many N-scale layouts, but this one was very impressive with its valley. Here's a nice window design in the form of a coach. Nice layout inside that one too. This was one of the only layouts with no windows in front of it. Although you couldn't touch.
What it takes to build all that.
A lot of effort.
Here was a long train pulled by 3 locomotives.
Yep.
Well, technically, there were 4 units in the front. There were 2 helper steam locomotives in the middle and on the end. I like this because it had a nice sound system. Also, these Southern Pacific 210-2s were also kind of my favorite engines. A hard train to manage too. What was really interesting about this layout was that they treated it like a real railroad, with actual telegram systems and systems to help order and locate other trains. This fun room was called the Toy Train Room, and believe it or not, there is a significant difference between toy train and model train. Toy trains are people who like to have fun with their models, while model trains are people who model off real railroads and stuff. The fun of toy trains is, it doesn't matter what you model off of, you can go wherever your imagination wants to. They added a nice gallery of O-scale line-out trains, along with some nice pictures to go with them. Here's a cute little engine pulling a fun little train full of cartoon characters and other anime characters. These shells had some nice models on it, such as an Erie Berkshire, this Clinchfield Challenger, and of course, a Chesapeake and Ohio 614. They also had some nice Union Pacific equipment as well. I will say, this definitely was a fun little layout to go see. It was very happy. This noisy engine was pulling a fun train on the same layout. Going back outside, we come back to the more serious model railroading, the one with more operations. There's the train we saw earlier, making its way up the hill. I do like that 210 too, and I may make one in the future. Let me know what you guys think of that. Here's the head of the train making its way around a nice corner, which is about as tall as me. This engine also had a nice sound chip, and wasn't too loud, and had a good humming and sound. It's about now when the first steam train comes around the corner, in the middle of the train. Here's the last engine of the train, pulling just the last cars plus the caboose. The train enters a tunnel, which will appear on the other side of the layout.
Let's just wait till a second.
As it turns out, the train actually goes underneath the layout. and will rise above into the next part of the layout, which is soon to be finished and is under construction. Some extremely beautiful green hills too, with lovely scenery. We return all the way back to the first layout to find a coaster train on a siding, waiting for another train to go by. Any train makes a beautiful sight going around the lovely gorge, which is very deep and is even taller than me. It really does make a lovely appearance, and some great camera angles, even for a model. On the other side, a series of engines pulls a short train across the town. Across the same layout, we go back to the O-scale layout, which has some nice impressive models, as well as some nice operations. It also had a nice trolley.
Street race.
Another train making its way around the beautiful gorge on the previous layout. One of the layouts has evening lights, which is very clever. Going back into the toy train room, there was also a nice painting of a J-class engine arriving at a station, which is very pretty. We left the museum, and in the same park there were international houses. Some of these international houses, mainly one in the United Kingdom, had model trains inside, which I thought were nice to take a couple pictures of. Here we are in the House of Scotland, and here we are in the House of England. It was very fun to see these in international houses, even though they weren't even part of the same museum. Very nice models indeed. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video today, and I hope this inspires you to go to the museum itself and you can experience it on your own. Thanks for watching!